Howdy, I'm Dr. David Phillips, and I'd like to talk to you a bit about Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of motives, or his hierarchy of needs. Now, essentially, Maslow looked at how people behave, and he was looking to see what motivates us, what drives our behavior. And he developed a model. That model is typically represented as a pyramid, because Maslow felt that you can make a hierarchy of our motivations or our needs, and he felt that our base needs, our basic needs, drove us more than some of our upper level needs. In fact, Maslow realized that if someone's basic needs aren't being met, they're less likely to care about their higher order needs. And if someone's basic needs are met, then they begin looking at others. We're willing to risk higher order needs in order to reach lower order motives or needs. Now, when we take a look at Maslow's model, he developed a multi-tiered model, and depending upon which version you're looking at, there can be 5 or more tiers. We're going to go with the most commonly used one, the one that I use in my courses at the university as well as elsewhere at the institute and places like that. And that's essentially just draw that pyramid with 5 steps. Now, at the very bottom of that pyramid of needs, that hierarchy of needs, are our physiological needs. Physiological needs are our physical needs. They're what we need to survive. They're our needs of the body. That would be things like food, water, air, sex. These are very basic drives, basic needs. Most of these, if you don't fulfill them, food, water, air, you die. Now, sex, you don't quite die if you don't have it. You can sublimate and have an alternative behavior to delay it, but it's still a basic need, one that drives us individually and as a species. And as I've stated elsewhere, folks who don't feel a sex drive are aberrant in terms of the species. Now, I'm not trying to insult you if you have a low sex drive. I'm not. But I would say that someone who doesn't act on sexual drives, or someone who cuts themselves off from the feelings as if they're unnatural, is in fact unnatural in terms of the species. That's neither here nor there. Once you meet those drives, or take a lot of cold showers, or do math, once you meet your physical drives, then you can start thinking about the next level of needs, and those are your security needs. Those are your needs for safety, to be protected against harm, danger, or from the elements. Roof over your head, an umbrella against the rain, fire to keep warm, things like that. That's your security needs. And in fact, as I said earlier, someone who doesn't have those basic needs for physiological, if you don't have food, you may be willing to risk your security in order to get food. Les Miserables and other stories. Dude steals a loaf of bread and risks imprisonment. Well, because you need food to survive. And as we look at changing geopolitical factors around the earth and within your own country, within my country, though, both where I live as well as where I'm from, as we see extending income inequality as poverty increases in many countries around the world, we're going to see folks risking security in order to ensure their physiological needs, and it's not going to be pretty. Thus, help folks meet those needs, folks. You got your basic needs, physiological, and you got your security needs. But once you've got a roof over your head and you feel reasonably safe, reasonably protected, then we go to the next level. Once you've got those basic physical needs, physiological needs, security, safety needs, you go to the next level. And those are your social needs. And that's your need to belong to a group. Homo sapien is a social creature. It is only aberrant Homo sapiens who prefer to be alone. The hermit, the monk, they're aberrant. They're not normal. Most Homo sapiens require to belong to a group. Not just living amongst others, but actually belong as part of a clan, a tribe, a clique, a group, a club. And folks will risk much to get into a group. That's where we want to be. We want to be part of that group. Now once we've got the group stuff, then we move up to our esteem or self-esteem needs. And that is to feel good about yourself. Now here's the thing. Some people will risk their self-esteem in order to belong to a group. If they feel the only way to belong to the group is to humiliate themselves, they'll do it. You all know folks, think back when you were in school, long ago, and dinosaurs walked the earth, and the cliques all had little friend groups. And in your little friend group, can you think back and remember, was there one person in the group who was like bottom man or bottom woman on the totem pole, the pecking order? Somebody got picked on a lot, but they were still part of the group. And they were willing to put up with all that picking on just to be part of the group. Once you get to university, a lot of folks where I'm from in the United States, a lot of university kids, not all of them, but there's a significant number want to join or pledge a fraternity or sorority of that type. And they will risk hazing and doing all sorts of weird-ass things in order to become a member of that group. And they're put through hell. Now, I belonged to a couple fraternities when I was at university, but they were honors fraternities. So the hazing was just get good grades or have roles in theater. So it's a little different than what my brother went through as he pledged with a Greek fraternity. Now, once you've got that belonging need, you go to the self-esteem needs, that's feeling good about yourself. And see, notice we're getting pretty high up there. Feeling good about yourself is not as basic as some of these other things. But once we're there, then we get into the next level. Once I feel good about myself, I want to self-actualize. That's the I at the top of the pyramid, if you will, and that is to be all you can be. In fact, the United States Army used to have a very effective advertising campaign that used those very words, be all you can be. That is, join the Army and become, the epitome of awesomeness. And that really is the driving force behind the humanist movement. The will, the drive, the need, not only to do well, not only to feel good about ourselves, but actually literally to become the best we can do. The best we can be, to do the best we can do. And notice it's not be the best, but be the best you can be. And sometimes that drive does lead us to be the best, but sometimes it just drives us to be the best we can be. And that's self-actualization. That is, top of the pyramid. That's Maslow's hierarchy. I hope that was helpful for you. And until next time, this is Dr. David Phillips saying, live trends and prosper. Bye-bye.